What is up, ProjectMoshPit? Wilechase here again, bringing you another standard 5th gen OU battle, just because that's what I do. But anyways, we got a match here against homerunbase1. Like I said, it's an OU match. It actually is a weather war. He's using sun, I'm using the rain. I'm using this kind of like half stall team that I kind of took from M-Dragon just because I liked the Quagsire and I liked the Dragonite. So, and then I just threw in the standard Politoed Ferrothorn, and then Terrakion and Landers are kind of the weird part, but it works. I like it. Gives a bit more of an offensive twist to it. Since I kind of play my teams more offensively anyways, it works. And he's got a Sun team. He's basically got standard guys. He's got the Ninetales, he's got the Venusaur. Gliscor is there, I guess, just for other fighting types in general, or just physical attackers, which makes sense. But he's randomly got the Porygon, the Darmanitan isn't so random. He's got the Porygon, and he's got the Charizard, which is kind of weird, but I'm not really too concerned with them. So they're not in the top of my priorities. What is on top is getting rid of the Gliscor and getting rid of the Venusaur, because the main things I have to hit Gliscor with are water type attacks, so I gotta get that Ninetales out of the way, obviously, to win a weather war. But main things, again, Gliscor, Venusaur, because Gliscor walls my Landers, which could do work on his team, except I do have HP Ice on it, but I am Scarfed. And then Venusaur, fast attacker. I have Dragonite who can deal with it, but whatever. But anyways, I know he's probably going to want to lead off with Ninetales, not anything else to bullshit around, so I'm just going to go straight with Politoed. Figure it's just the best option to go with in the long run, and since I am slower, I do get my weather. Since my weather goes second, I get it, because that's how mechanics work. But anyways, first turn, I don't really want to overpredict too much. I figure, alright, let's just hit Ninetales. If it goes in anything else, I can try and fish for a burn, which Venusaur comes in. I do fortunately get the burn, which will help me out a lot later, because this makes this Venusaur a lot easier to deal with. But anyways, I'm thinking, okay, that thing's probably going to want to Sleep Powder since it probably has Solar Beam. It makes more sense that he'll want to Sleep Powder, get my Politoed incapacitated right off the bat. So I'm figuring, looking at his team, Quagsire would be the best thing to sleep, so I go into it, but he double switches out to his Ninetales. I'm like, shit, let's just quick go back out to Politoed. If he has the Energy Ball, I know I can take it, but in case he goes for Solar Beam, I got my Drizzle going, but he does have the Energy Ball. I can take it fairly well, so I'm not too concerned with taking it. I do take it fairly well, so that works out for me, and, you know, I can sit as a sizable chunk. But anyways, in case he goes for another Energy Ball, I want to go to my Dragonite because it is it's like a half special defensive with a little bit of special attack investment. It's this weird set that's really cool though, but I go into Dragonite because I know I can take a hit and then threaten him out with a Hurricane, but he's actually going to double switch out to Porygon, which I don't want to stay in on just because I don't know his status move yet, plus Ice Beam still will do a decent chunk even with multi-scale, and I don't want to deal with, again, whatever his status move is. So I'm going to go out to Ferrothorn, who can take the Ice Beam fairly well, and then I can get my Rocks going, which will help because we're both probably going to do a lot of switching around, and looking at his team, he can't get Rocks going on my side, so that gives me the more favorable matchup to get the Rocks going on his side. So he brings in Ninetales just because obviously the best switching to do because he gets his Sun going, he can easily hit me, and that'll work for him. So I'm going to go into Politoed just to get the Drizzle up, and again, looking at the last time I took the whatchamacallit, the Energy Ball, I know I can take it. Plus, he's probably going to be more inclined to go for the Fire attack, which he actually goes for the Will-O-Wisp just to hit anything that wants to come in so he can get some residual damage going just because, you know, that's always good. But, you know, I wouldn't switch in anything really physical into Ninetales because Dragonite's special, so. But he doesn't know that yet, so that's why he also went for Will-O-Wisp. But crits me with the Energy Ball, which probably makes up for the Will-O-Wisp miss, but, you know, that works out for me. But I'm going to go into Landers. I know he's going to want to switch out. I was figuring he'd go to Gliscor, but at the same time, if he went for something else and I fired off the HP Ice too early, then that could be really bad. So I just want to go right for a U-turn and just go to Quagsire. Unfortunately, I did lose my Politoed, like I said before, so he will be able to get up his weather right here as he goes out to Ninetales, because I do threaten him out with Scald, so he figures let's get my Drought going, which does put me at a slight disadvantage now because he has his weather up instead of my weather being up, but I rely a bit less on my weather than he does, so I should be able to function well enough without my weather, just as long as I play correctly. But I do Earthquake predicting that Ninetales switch in, just because Gliscor can't do much to me anyway, so I might as well just Earthquake. So that works out, because now his Ninetales is gone, but he does have his weather up. But he's going to go into Charizard. I figure let's fodder Ferrothorn, and also in case he goes for Solar Beam, I can take it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And he does go right for Solar Beam, which I'm a Ferrothorn, I can take it. And looking at it, he looks like he's choiced, so I'm figuring, okay, he may want to switch out, so he might as well get some Leech Seed going, but he actually stays in again. And this is a really good move on his part because he's basically baiting me into staying in so that he can just keep firing off Solar Beam. So it looks like he's choiced, but then he can fire off a Fire Blast if he isn't choiced. But also there's a chance I could switch out, predicting him to switch out, so he might as well stay in for another turn because Charizard can't switch out anyways because of the fact that Stealth Rocks are up, so you might as well keep it anyways. I totally forgot about that part of it, but you know, the Stealth Rocks are up, so he might as well do what he can. But now he reveals he's not choiced, just lull me in a full sense of security and then fuck me over, which I really should have switched that to Dragonite earlier because I could have taken the hit even better and then be better off against most of the matchups. And Ferrothorn could have helped me out a bit later, but oh well, lose my Ferrothorn there. But going to Dragonite, and he does have the illegal Dragon Pulse because that is a breeding move, I believe. You can prove me wrong, but I think Dragon Pulse is not a TM anymore as far as I know, and it can't get it because it's a breeding move, and Charizard is male only, but you know, you guys can tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's male only, so he did use the illegal Dragon Pulse, but it's not a problem because I can easily live it. He actually critted me, which I was still able to get down to a number where I could roost up for the multi-scale, so, you know, it works out in the end, but still, in the future, you know. But he brings in the Porygon. I know he's going to want to recover up with a multi-scale to take any hit I'm going to want to go for, so I'm actually going to go for the Dragon Tail, but I unfortunately miss, so that means he's able to get a free hit off while I try and Dragon Tail again. He could have Toxic Tier, which you'll see later, he has a Toxic, but luckily he doesn't, so he just goes right for Ice Beam, which does not do that much, fortunately, but I'm going to Dragon Tail him out to his Venusaur, which Stealth Rocks and Burn will take a nice chunk off, and looking at it, he is most likely a special set. I'm going to figure he's not going to have the HP Ice just because most don't, so I'm going to go right for Roost and not switch around and see what he wants to go for, but he goes right for Solar Beam just in case I predict the HP Ice and go to something else, and I actually take it, and he crits me again and hits me down to the same number that his Charizard hit me down to, and I'm like, wow, this is weird, but I'm going to be able to take that fairly well and then just Roost up again and of course get my multi-scale. So I'm not scared of the Venusaur anymore, but I'm still going to want to go for a Roost continuously just because I do have the opportunity to stall him out, so I might as well take it just because I have the Hurricane and the Thunder. I don't want to Dragon Tail him out, so my best option is just to Roost up till he dies. He went for Sludge Bomb, does not do that much at all because of the multi-scale, and fortunately, like I said, he didn't have the HP Ice, so his strongest move is Sludge Bomb, so I'm able to take that, and then he'll die from his Life Orb and Burn. So that's pretty nice. But anyway, so he goes into Porygon, and I'm just going to switch out to my Quagsire in case he wants to go for a status move or just go straight for Ice Beam. I know I can take either of them. Well, I don't want to take the Toxic, but I can still take it better than Dragonite can just because Dragonite has a multi-scale. I don't want to ruin it just yet. But now I know his status, so it should be a bit easier to play around. But I figure, alright, he's got the multi-scale himself. I might as well Toxic him while he recovers up, and then I can break his multi-scale easily, so that works out, because now he's Toxic, I'm Toxic, but his Toxic is more important, because right now he has a multi-scale, so knowing his moveset now, that he doesn't have the Thunder Wave, I can freely go into Terrakion and potentially scare him out, and I know I can take an Ice Beam, because it's a Porygon, it's not going to have that much special attack investment, I know I can take it easily enough, I do, so now I can scare him out with a close combat, so he's going to want to go into Gliscor, and I know he's going to want to do that, so I'm like, alright, Stone Edge up in this bitch! Or should I say Stone Miss? But fortunately I do hit here, so that always is nice. And looking at the damage, I should be able to take him out with another, and he probably knows that, so he's going to want to protect up, but in case there was a chance he predicted my Swords Dance, predicting the Protect, I just wanted to Stone Edge anyways, and I figured even after the Poison Heal, looking at the damage I did to him, I should be able to take him out with another, just because from personal experience it does about 45%, so I'm thinking I can take him out with another, but unfortunately, either that's a min-max variation, or I'm not really sure. He does live, which means he can Earthquake my Terrakion for the kill, which really does suck because Terrakion would have helped a lot more against his Porygon, but I do have options against his Porygon still, so I'm not too scared about it. But I'm going to bring in Quagsire, just going to try and hit him with the Scald. I don't want to bring in Landorus yet for the HP Ice because he still has Darmanitan who could take it and then hit something huge for a Flare Blitz with his Darmanitan, and then I'm not going to be in a good position at all, so I'm just going to incline to Scald really quickly. But he's going to go to Porygon now because that's his best defensive wall, because now he gets the Unaware and he also has the Eviolite, so he can take the Scald better than Gliscor or Darmanitan could, so he's going to want to do that. And does take it fairly well because it's also in the sun, so, you know, 10,000 reasons why it's okay. But now I'm going to switch into Dragonite just because Best thing I have to take on the Porygon at this point. You know, it's the best thing that can, because I don't want to switch in Landorus on an Ice Beam. I need Landorus more than I need Dragonite, so I might as well try and have Dragonite stall out just because that's what it can do, because he's got the Toxic working on him. If he tries to Toxic me, I can outstall him. Plus, I got a stronger move to hit him with, so I might as well try and do that. And he's just staying in just because he doesn't want to let anything else get hit with any move, and he figured that Darmanitan and Gliscor are more important to keep healthier than Porygon, which kind of was a mistake because Porygon could have half-walled my team and would have been better to keep him around and Gliscor than to keep Darmanitan and Gliscor. But, you know, it works out for me because he's sacking his Porygon right here. I miss a Hurricane, but as long as I can outstall him, that's all that matters. And I go for Hurricane again. Fortunately, it does hit through the sun, so that'll take out the Porygon. And now all he has left is Darmanitan and Gliscor, which he's going to opt to go into Darmanitan, I believe, right here. I think. Let's see. Yep, Darmanitan comes in. Just going to leave in Dragonite to die because, again, it is a sun-boosted Flare Blitz. I'm not really sure what item he has either, so I'm just going to want to stay in just because we can get a little bit of extra damage off on him, and then I get a free switch into Quagsire, which is always appreciated. Now, here's the thought process here. I know he'll probably want to stay in, predicting me to go for Scald, because I know Darmanitan can take the Scald because of the fact that it's in the sun, and he knows I could predict the switch to Gliscor, which would seem like the more viable option to do, but I'm going to go right for Earthquake, just because I know he's going to want to predict me to predict Gliscor, and just go right for Flare Blitz, which, if I went for Scald there, I would have lost my Quagsire, and most likely lost the match. So fortunately, I did predict there, and now that Darmanitan is down, and it looks like he's just going to bring, well, not looks like, but looking at his HP, he cannot outstall this Quagsire too badly. Plus, I do have the, well, alright, here's my thought. I'm totally off track right now. But anyways, what I'm trying to think of here is, looking at his Gliscor, he's really low health. Even if he tries to outstall Quagsire, there's no way he can get back up to full HP while I have the Scald working on him to take an HPS from Landorus. So looking at it, it should be the match as long as I can prevent him from going to max. But there's no way he can do that because he need like 8 turns to do that. And I don't think he'd stall me out for 8 turns. But I hit him with the Scald. And Earthquake does a lot to me too, but Scald does nothing because of the sun. Really sucks. But he's going to keep trying to stall me out just because he's figuring, oh, maybe Landorus has the wrong hidden power, even though I've used the Landorus before and know for a fact it has HP Ice. Plus I checked it in Pokegen. So, you know, I'm just going to keep waiting for him to go for his move. Or, not go for his move, just kill me off so I can go into Landorus and take him out with that Scarf HP Ice, which he finally takes me out. So now I'm going to be able to switch into my Landorus, who again has the Scarf HP Ice. Even though it is scarfed, it can take out Gliscor from like 1 rock switch in, so he's going to try and protect, just get a little bit of extra HP back. But it really doesn't matter because HP Ice will still take him out just because he's at least taken 1 Stealth Rock switch in. So HP Ice hits him, and that will take him out, which will mean that is the match, which means a 1-0 victory for me, which means good game, home run base. Definitely kept me on the ropes there, especially getting rid of my Politoed early really fucking hurt me. So, you know, that was a good example of how to get out of a disadvantage in a weather war. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the battle. If you did, leave that like, sub to Project MoshPit. If you haven't checked me out yet, check me out. My link will be in the description. Check out Home Run Base. You know, do all the stuff you guys do that makes yourselves awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me for today. So rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.